And we are live. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It is morning here in Maryland, USA. I am live at 9 in the morning. So, good morning, everyone. If you are watching from anywhere in the world, hello, hello, hello. Kumusta, kumusta, kumusta? Comment down below where you're watching from so we could give you a shout out. Yes, my name is Anne Marie Empanado Wilson. I am Mommy Ann on the go in other social media platforms. I'm very happy. I'm very grateful that you are here with us today in this very special interview. But for those who don't know me, I have been doing this digital business for almost 5 years now. And I'm grateful that I was able to leave my 20 years of teaching to now being a full-time mom, having quality time with my kids. And the goal is to inspire those other working moms to see that there's more to their 9 to 5 jobs, and especially teachers. That's why this 2026, I'm very happy that I have interviewed and I will be interviewing more teachers like me and would just want to inspire you, share to you our success stories in this business. So, again, if you're watching us, say your places and where you're watching us from, just like Bria. Hi, Bria. How are you? Please share this live stream. So, without further ado, again, I'm very excited. I just went through all our page in the business and I was like, let me see who are the teachers that are part of the business. And I reached out to them and I'm very grateful. The teacher, Thoa, is one of those that said yes to my interview. Teacher Thoa, hello from Sweden. How are
Hello, Anne-Marie. Hello, everyone. And big hello from Sweden. It's afternoon here in Sweden.
you?
So, yes, how are you today?
I am 10 out of 10.
Great.
I woke up early, great Monday, and yeah, my daughter just had her dance competition last weekend. She had a great review from the coaches and, adjudicator, so I'm happy that she's happy. How about yourself?
Well, I'm doing great. It's Monday, but Monday used to be different before, right? But Monday
Definitely.
for us
Yeah.
now these days are so much more peace and much more calm and everything. So I'm happy to be here.
Yes. So I know you a little bit, so maybe this is the best time to also tell me and tell our audience who you are and maybe what's your success story. Let's take it from there.
Yes, sure. For you guys who don't know me, so I live in Sweden, but you can see I'm not so typical Swedish. I'm originally from Vietnam,
Oh,
but
okay.
I grew up here in Sweden, and I have two boys. They're twins. They're 11 years old right now. I'm gonna be 12 very soon.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, I used to be a full-time teacher, but thanks to the business, I quit my job last June,
Woohoo!
so I can fully focus on this business, right?
Yeah.
And I'm a wife. I It's very cold here in Sweden, so I'm dreaming of like a warmer place. That's how I am right now.
Yes.
Right. So my story was about 5 6 years ago. I was feeling very drained and overwhelmed as a full-time teacher, as a mom as well, right?
Yeah.
And I just felt like something were missing because outside I had like what people would say a very good life. I did have a very good life, right?
Yes.
Yeah, full-time job, two very beautiful kids, supportive husband, my family, they are around here in Sweden as well. So, but deep inside, I knew I was meant for more. I knew that I want to have more for myself, for my family, and to give back to my parents as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And I was like in a dark place in my life, feeling like I was supposed to be very thankful and very grateful for what I have, but
Mm-hmm.
I didn't feel like I was very like in a dark place. I didn't know what to do. And I realized that I need to do something else. I need to work on myself because at that time I was also very like, yeah, shy and
Mm-hmm.
No, didn't have so much confidence. I was very doubting myself in lots of things, you know.
Yeah.
I knew I wanted more, but I didn't know how. And I was just like have a lots of fear that I cannot make it, whatever, you know, if I change something, I would not make it. So
Yeah.
anyway, I realized I need to start working myself. And that's what I did 5, 6 years ago,
Mm-hmm.
you know, immersing myself in personal development. And then I realized, you know, there's something else for me. I'm meant for more, you know. That realization that came to me very quickly when I started working on myself. And
Mm-hmm.
then I decided to find something else I need to do to supplement my income so that I can, you know, build a life that I really want to for myself and my family. And I
Right.
found lots of stuff online, and I tried a few things as well, but it didn't work out.
Right.
So I found this business like 4.5 years ago, well,
Mm-hmm.
almost the same time as you, maybe, Anne
Yes.
Marie.
Yes.
And I started my business, and I came in like I I saw the community, and that was it for me, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So I started my business 4.5 years ago. So like last year, I quit my job.
That's really amazing. Congratulations. Oh my
Thank
goodness.
you.
Amazing, amazing. I also quit last June of 2024.
Yes,
That is
no.
also how I exactly felt. Like, we had a good life. I was okay coming from the Philippines as well. Coming here in United States, the pay was okay. It was big enough for me to share to my family back home in the Philippines. But you are right. There's still
Mm,
something missing. Even if I was living paycheck to paycheck, just like you, there's really something missing that, after back then 17 years of teaching, I felt like, okay, teaching is amazing, teaching is great, but what is it that it's bringing to me? I love my special needs students, but definitely it was not filling the cup for myself. And I am
mm,
also grateful, like just what you said, that we have found this community. And congratulations, I bet you have found yourself successful by just joining this business and really seeing yourself with being more. And that's what's important in life. When
mm.
you see yourself of value, when you see yourself that, wait, I can do more even if I'm on my 30s, I'm in my 40s, and even we have business partners that are already retired and they
Yeah.
felt like their days are over, right? When you're finished with your job and your kids were all gone, you have grandkids and you're by yourself or maybe with your husband, then you can still do more in this business. And that's because we have mentorship, we have coaches that are always there for us. So, I know we have viewers. Thank you so much for sharing this, but I'm gonna give a big shout out to my mom. My mom's watching all the way from the Philippines. Mama,
Hi,
share this live
Mom.
stream. Hello, hello. We also have Sunita. Good to hear from you. Hello, hello. And I think this one's coming from your page. Hello, Anastasia.
Yes,
Hello. I don't know if I
my
said your name.
accountability partner
Amazing.
in the
Thank
Netherlands.
so much. Share this live stream. Our goal here is really just to inspire, especially working moms, because I do
Mm,
believe moms ourselves are tired enough to be handling the household. But if you add work to it, there is no such back then there is no such thing as work life balance. It's always just
mm,
like work, and I'm exhausted with work already. I felt so defeated when I get home, and sometimes I yell at my kids, sometimes I'm mad at my kids, and sometimes I could not even do dinner for my kids, and I feel so bad. That's one of the reasons why I was like, wait, am I really meant to just work, work, work? What happened? I was
mm,
supposed to be a mom that I truly could be honestly be there for my kids. One of the things I was so guilty back then, teacher Thoa, was that every time my kids are sick and I could not be there to pick them up, I'm grateful that my husband's able to do that with his flexible time. But that's one of the things that I was so mad at myself that I need to be a teacher first before a mom. And
mm,
even with parent teacher conferences, I'm always the teacher first before a parent. I could not be there for my own kids
mm,
PTA because or conferences because I need to be the teacher in my school. But back then that was my guilt, and now I'm very happy that I could tell myself I'm successful today. I was able to cook breakfast for my kids. I was able to drop them off in the bus stop. For me, that's how my success looks like in today, and I'm able to talk to you live. So what about you? What does a successful day look like to you compared to how you were back then when you were teaching?
Well, before, when I was teaching full time, I need to be ready at 6:30 to, really take care of my kids. So I start my day much earlier, right? Because I want to work on myself. I want to take care of my health. I want to take care of my body. I want to take a walk. I did a lots of things just before
Mhm.
6:30,
Oh wow.
6:30 a.m. to wake my kids up. And
Right.
now this day, I still wake them up at 6:30 a.m. But our day were is so much calmer, I
Mm-hmm.
don't stress. I'm not stressing just because I couldn't take my walk. I do that after I leave the kids at school, and I
Right.
could be able to make them breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
All this quality time that we can take for granted. And we think, okay, we can share those moments with them later, but
Mm-hmm.
later maybe never come. You know what I
Yes.
mean? They grow
Right.
up all the time, and for me, and then being able to be at home when I can see them walking home, from school, that is just amazing, right? And you
Mm-hmm.
know that you are there for them,
Right.
uh, that you are can take your days much calmer. I don't stress through dinner with them. I
Mm-hmm.
don't do that kind of things anymore, and that I'm so grateful for.
I love that. You know what? Because we share the same boat of being a
Mhm.
working mom and not being there for our kids back then. And now our success is a different story. That's what they're saying. Like, be grateful of your day right now because it's still other people's prayer. And I really
Yes.
do believe in that because back then we prayed for this day to happen, right? And
Yes.
oh, that gives me chills because sometimes you're like what you said, we overlook that. And others might say,
Mhm.
especially here in America, others might say, oh, you're making yourself super domesticated. And back in my mind I said, like, isn't that how it's supposed to be? The success of a nation, the success of the community should start at home. If the kids
Mhm.
would see us happy, if the kids would see their parents fully present for them, I really do believe that's making them successful as well. So for me, I am giving myself justice by giving my kids the right way. For me, a
Mhm.
family, a functional family, a family that's really working towards the success of our kids is the goal supposed to be of parents,
Mhm.
right? Not just to work, 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 work. But it's hard because that's life. Nowadays, it's harder for, especially again here in America and bigger countries, for the parents, both of them, not to work, or else it's not gonna be enough, right? So
Mhm.
I also know that as a teacher ourselves, we aim for that. We aim for that, and both dreams needs to be done, but it's just harder. And I'm just very grateful that again I have found this business, because back then we did not just like quit our job and say, hey, I found a business, now I'm a
Mhm.
no. For those who don't know, for the audience of Teacher Thoa and my audience, we did not just find this business and the next day we became successful. No, we put this business in our lifestyle, and as being a working mom, we were able to do this because this business is very flexible. Back then I was doing this business, checking my business on my bathroom break, on my lunch break, or while waiting for my kids practice. This is how flexible this time. But as a teacher ourselves, we really do believe that because we are good with multitasking, we were able to do that. I don't know about you. So, what were those skill sets that you think made us successful, especially you in this digital business?
I mean, let's just go back to multitasking.
Yes.
Multitasking is something that can burn yourself out, right? But we are mom, we are like, we can do it, but it's not very good for you. So I
Right.
would say, multitasking is something that I don't need to do anymore,
Yep.
right? Yeah, we can focus on one thing at the time. I
Mm-hmm.
was okay. The skill set does make me a successful in the business. I would say I didn't have to be honest with you. I didn't feel like I had any skills before I started my business. I had a big dream, and that's it.
Yeah.
I had a big dream, and I also realized that by talking to other people, successful people in the business. And from the beginning, I knew that didn't need to have any successful, like any like skills to be able to start my business. I
Right.
just need to have a willingness to learn, a willingness to, build this business long term,
Yeah.
right? So for me, what has been successful for me is I have been very consistent in my business
Mm-hmm.
despite I was so busy. I was
Mm-hmm.
driving to work, like far away as well. It's not like in my village or my town. I need to go somewhere else to go to work, right? So I was very busy, but I was consistent and I was so disciplined in my business. I show up every single day, even on hard days, even if nobody's was clapping for me, nobody was cheering for me, that kind of thing. So I think, you need to have that if you call that a skill.
My goodness, that's amazing. Well, you actually mentioned a couple of skills in there. One, you said you're a big dreamer. Being a dreamer is a skill because I do believe when I was back in the workforce, your dreams actually would just like plateau and say, oh, okay,
Mhm.
I'm a master's degree now. Oh, I have my doctor's degree, or I did this, and you're done. But when I found this digital business, I saw other people succeeding in other fields, and I was like, wait, I can do that. Wait, this
Mhm.
business can lead me to that. Wait, I can retire at 40, at 41. So your dreams got bigger and bigger. And I really do believe that's a skill set that other people don't realize, that there's more to life and that you
Mhm.
can dream bigger and that you can achieve it. It's not just dreaming and not doing anything about it. In our business, we were given actually steps to really achieve those kinds of goals. And on top of that, you even mentioned you're very much willing to learn. And one of
Mhm.
my teacher guests the last time was also mentioning that we are lifelong learners. Definitely, as teachers, every day is a learning experience. So you
Yeah.
don't have to go on a seminar or a training for you to learn. Our students even give us, learnings about life, learnings about that. So when we are in the business, I felt like we are open, much more open to that. And our brains were like, okay, I'm sucking this all in. This is what I'm going to do, but how do I implement that? I love that
Mhm.
being a teacher, it's not just information coming into our minds. We actually give those out as a result. How can I take them out? And what that's actually for me, those are the kind of skills that a business owner should have. We need to empty ourselves of the things
Mhm.
that we learned back then and really apply it in our business, because I tell you, there are others that they think they are really, really good in this business, but they bring in what knowledge they have in there and don't open themselves up. And you are setting yourself for failure, because now
Mhm.
you would think you're all good and mighty and all, and you end up like, I don't fit in this business. And that's the
Mhm.
wrong way of looking at it. And then you eventually will leave and eventually would not be successful. But if you are
Mhm.
just like a learner, definitely our training's amazing. We have webinars, we have masterminds on Wednesday, and we'll just keep on getting that information and giving it back to the community. That's what's that matter at all time. Now, I had a question here. That's how you managing your burning out, but then I think you've already answered that one. I guess my next
Work on
question is,
yourself.
no, but I think my next question is, we want to be fair to those that are watching
Mhm.
here. And thank you, by the way, if you're watching. Building a business is not just all glory. There are also hard things in building something. Just like in anything, you build on something, there's always going to be something that you can learn of. So for you, what do you think is the hardest part of building this business that you did not anticipate it's going to happen? Nobody warned you about it.
Well, I have to say, from start until now, it's still, back and forward like this. I have to say that I am the one who always stand on my own way,
Mm,
because it's all about mindset, right?
yeah.
And sometimes I have hard days where something happened at home with the kids or whatsoever, or having a discussion with another business partner. You know what I mean? So those days are really like, oh my god, you need to really start working on yourself, right?
Mm,
That is something that I have learned through this business, that it's all about you, it's come from you, it's your mindset and everything. So
mm,
I have to say, I was like standing on, like, stopping myself all the time. I was fearful. I was scared that I am not good enough. I'm not good at in English. I cannot, you
Mhm.
know, be a good mentor. I cannot be a good coach. All of that, I need to work, and I have been working very hard to
Mhm.
overcome all of that. So I would say, for me, it has been really hard. It's a journey. It's a journey, right? Our business is like, it's a journey, but for me it has been a journey inward, learn to know myself,
Mhm.
and really work through all these limitation that I've been building up since I was a child for myself.
That's really amazing. So how did you overcome it? You were just like setting your mind. What are the things in our business? So what are the trainings, maybe the webinars, maybe the masterminds, maybe that help you overcome those?
Oh, a big part of our business, our training platform is about mindset, right?
Mhm.
Because we know that, to become successful in everything in life, if you want to be a successful teacher or a mom or whatsoever,
Yeah,
80% is all about mindset. 20% is strategy and system and so on. So our business consists with a lots of, we do have great mastermind,
mhm.
where people share, all the strategy, and mindset and things that they've been doing for themselves to be able to overcome all these challenges that I've been talking about. So yes, in our training, there's a huge part of it. It's your mindset. It's a work on your mindset, personal development, indeed.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, definitely. I would truly agree with you on that. And even our viewers, we have viewers here. Earlier we had 5 viewers. Now let's see who else are in here. Sunita was saying moms are superstars and they are capable of multitasking. This is our success. Definitely. Give yourselves high fives on that. If you're a mom, still doing all this multitasking jobs and work. Great job. One income is not enough. I truly agree with that. Both parents have to work and have to build multiple income. And that's what's good with our business. We don't really have to go out there and find 4, 5, 6 jobs just to bring in that income. You
Mm,
can do that in the comfort of you being around your kids and your family. And that's one thing we really want to elaborate in here, that this business again is very flexible. You can mold
mm,
it within your time with your family, so you don't have to go out there and be gone and the kids would not see you. And again, thank you so much for all your comments here, Sunita. That's true. Willingness is the key for moving forward, definitely, because again, Teacher Thoa here is so big with mindset. If you did not start this business, I guess your mindset was really weak. But that's okay. If you start this business with a mindset that's weak, we have trainings for that. You will be surrounded with a community that would make your mindset strong. And for me,
mm,
that's much more important. If you have grown with your mindset, that's amazing, because you could definitely apply that not just in the business, but definitely with life. And with that being said, I've seen, this is my team, and I'm very proud to show you a little bit of the success that we have. And then I'll ask Teacher Tala also with her success. We are global, and I am very happy and very grateful that you are here with us today. For those of you who's aiming, who's wanting, who's really needing to get that work for yourself, and you wanted to be your own boss. For those of you who wondered how to crack this online world and how to, earn from this, and for those of you who are looking for extra ways and extra income, you are 1000% on the right place. You are 1000% on the right place. And yes, we might be talking about growth, mindset, and all that, but don't forget, we are offering you a business opportunity that you could earn your income here online. We do not recruit, we do not sell, but definitely we use attraction marketing. And with that being said, we have Tuesdays and Thursdays, 8 p.m. That is a free webinar. We can definitely walk you through this business by just watching a free webinar. Where else can you get the free webinar
mm.
nowadays, right? So, how about you, Teacher Thoa? What is, or I call you Coach Thoa in our business, what's your biggest success so far in this business?
Well, I have to say, it's not just the very good income that we get into in the business. But I
Mhm.
have to say, as a mom, is having this peace of mind for the future for your
Love it.
kids. For
Yeah.
me, that's success. Having this peace of mind, knowing that whatever you are working on right now, the hard work that you put into your business, it's gonna benefit your kids in the future,
Mhm.
right?
Yes.
And for me, we have been able to travel a lot as family the latest like few years, thanks to the business. And
Yes.
I'm gonna see you in Dominican Republic. I know
Oh,
that.
that is in few weeks. Oh my
Yeah, I
gosh.
know, I know.
Literally in
So
1 month, I think. Yeah, 1 month.
yeah, yeah. So for me,
Ah,
success has been huge in a way that I can, really do the things that I love with my family, saying more yes to life, right? Do going and just enjoying the time that I have with my family. And that for me has been the biggest success in the business.
oh my goodness, you actually answered the next question as well. But why do you think you believe that this digital business is the future of families, not just for ourselves, really? Why do you think this is the future? This digital business specifically that we have is the future of the family success.
I mean, beside it, it's a digital business. You can bring it with you anywhere, right?
That's
So
right.
that you can have more family time without sacrificing, time with your kids just because you want to build your business. And a business is also it's working for you in the background as well. So you can free up more time to do things that you love.
Right.
And we are, having multiple companies that we partner with we can also leave legacy for our kids,
That's
right?
right. Mm-hmm.
And for me, that is everything, knowing that what I'm putting right now, if something happened to me,
Right.
God forbid, if something happened to me and I cannot be there for my kids, they can just take over the business, you
Yes,
know.
and I truly agree with that. Aside from the generational wealth, with which I have always been explaining during my live interviews, one of the other things is that I always get a backlash and a negative answers to this business is that their husbands are not approving, their spouses are not approving. But I would always tell them, God forbid, you're okay right now with the job that you have, or maybe your
Mm,
husband is supporting you, but what happens if your job's gonna just all of a sudden cut you off? Or God
mm,
forbid something will happen to your husband. Are you able to still support your family? Again, it's
mm,
not the now, it is what's
mm,
gonna happen in the future. If your answer is no, might as well take a look into this business, because this business can really be a good buffer for you when something is to happen in the future. And talking
exactly.
about generational wealth, our kids are our future, right? So if we
Mm,
starting to build right now, definitely this is the business that we could just pass along to them. Honestly, it's just a change of name and they would now have our business, right? And that's what is good, because no employment can just be given to our kids. But with the business that we have, our generation wealth will be passed on to their generation as well. However, not a lot of people believe in us, right? Not a lot of people think that they also believe in themselves. It's not the business, it's not us as a community, but it's really them questioning about if they can really do this business. However, that doesn't come
like
out.
I did in beginning as
Yeah,
well. I was questioning myself too,
yeah,
but
yeah.
here I am.
So tell them about that. Tell them, those that are questioning themselves, what can you advise them for those that are in doubt of starting their own business?
I think that for me, the turning point for me to realize that I am capable and I can do it as well is when I really immerse myself in the community and I can see, other people from all walks of life, people who doesn't speak very good English, people who don't have this and don't have that. It doesn't really matter. And they still can make it, you know. Then I thought, okay, if they can make it, I can do it as well. I just need to build that belief in myself. And I used to tell, or my team or my business partner, if you don't have the belief in yourself right now, just go into the community and borrow some beliefs from other people.
I like that. Mhm.
Borrow the beliefs first, and then work on yourself, right?
I love that. And that is for those that don't believe in themselves. You have to really be in the business for you to see what we are talking about.
Hmm.
So, Coach Toa, tell them how to get in the business really quickly.
It's very easy, right? So if you're interested in knowing more about your business, just register and watch the free webinar. You get all the details there. Reach out to either of us to, ask all your questions, because you will see and you will understand that we're going to be there fully for you to get all your questions answered and guide you step by step.
Definitely.
That's
Oh
it.
my goodness. Thank you so much. We just finished. We just hit our 30-minute mark. Thank you so much. And we talked so many things, but I would like to just give a shameless plug to those that are interested in our business, if you're already in our business. And Coach Tawa and I will be meeting each other in Dominican Republic. We still have tickets for that. That's the Eagles retreat. See, even eagles like us need a retreat in paradise. So that's what's good,
Yes.
because that's also a tax write-off. We have not mentioned about tax write-off, but one of the things, it's tax season right now. If there's no tax write-off in your papers for the taxes, you better take a look into our business, because we definitely can tax write off a lot of things that we're just leaving out on our table. So take a look at that. Another one is on June. I should have our screen here, but on June, we will have our Gather and Grow here in the US, and that is in Orlando. So I don't know if you're going to that also, Coach Thoa, but that's amazing. We already have almost 400 participants coming in, and the VIP tickets are almost sold out. So grab it if you're already part of our business. But last but not the least, I really do believe that this business was and is still a blessing. That's why
Mm.
we're sharing it to you. All right. Any last few words, Coach Toa, or that's it? We're good?
Yeah, all good. You said it all. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you so much to your audience, to my audience. For those that will be watching this in a replay, we're happy to have you here, and we are on the inside. We're waiting for you. If you just want to talk to us and want to learn more about this business, just message us. All right. Thank you and have a great Monday. Bye,
Thank
everyone.
you.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.